coming at you.
Hey, Chris and I are gonna have a relaxing afternoon. It's like 70, 72 degrees today.
Overcast.
And going up to 100 this weekend, so.
It's gonna be horrible.
So this is the perfect time to break out a stout, don't you think?
I think it's a great day to break out a stout.
So here it is. It's the Blaecorn Unidragon from Clown Shoes out of Ipswich, Massachusetts. At least that's where they brew it. It's at the Ipswich Ale Brewery. And we've got a date on this one. I don't know if we can get it focused in, but it's 11/9 of 2012. So, yep, it's a cellared one.
Quite cellared, actually.
Quite cellared. So, and today is it the 1st of June?
Is the 2nd of June.
The 2nd of June of 2016. So, just a little bit of age on that. So, anyway, was that 3.5 years? Yeah. All right. Well, let's get her cracked open. All righty then. Take a look at that. Some bubbles rising up.
Opaque.
Yeah,
Ooh, hold on. We got some floaties in
Oh,
there.
there's some chunks down there, aren't there? I don't know. We'll see if you guys can see any of those chunks that we're getting off the bottom there or not.
He poured in the last bit of it, and we got some chunks.
I did. All right. Smells good. This was being aged at like a 55, 56 degrees, and we threw it in the freezer for, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Just to make sure it stayed cool before we brought it out here.
It's got some nice molasses to it.
Yeah, it's like some dark chocolate and molasses going on, and kind of get that roasty and char aromas on it.
Was this aged in bourbon barrels?
You know, I don't know. It's a Russian Imperial Stout, and it is 12.5% ABV.
It's high. You know, the crazy thing is this one actually has that hint of maybe a little bit of olive or something like that that we get from Abyss every once in a while, like that dark earthiness.
Yeah, it's an earthiness, and it's like more like a green olive, not a black olive, which is very interesting. No, I don't know if I got the green olive. I know what you're talking about, but I do get some of those similarities off of an aged Abyss. Very earthy, maybe a hint of the soy on there.
Yeah.
It's like a dark chocolate and molasses, and a little bit of a malty chocolate as well, I want to say. Anyway, it's going to keep warming up and developing, but I say we dive in. So
I think it's time to taste.
Cheers. It's a nice first impression. Wow, so this is a very dark beer, right?
It's dark. You definitely can taste like a espresso to a deep espresso. You get a little bit of that earthiness.
And it's very rich, I want to say, but very also earthy. You know, just that I've talked about wines every so often. It makes me think of like a really old wine. It's got this real dirt, type flavor. It's just like it's going towards the dirt. Not in an unpleasant way, but extremely earthy. But yeah, the molasses. I get some like powdered chocolates, like cocoa and like Baker's powdery type chocolates.
Yeah, it'd be like that dark cocoa powder. And you can taste the dark fruits, but they're very in the back of the flavoring.
Yeah, it's really subdued in the background.
It's not too sweet. It's more just really deep dark chocolatey with some.
And it's definitely on the caramel side as opposed to the toffee side. But it's like a dark caramel. I mean, this whole thing comes off dark, like Christian said, the espresso. And like an extremely dark, rich molasses, towards some of the sorghum flavors, but more on the molasses side.
Almost like woody, like a nice mahogany.
Yeah. Well, no, but yeah, I mean, it is kind of woody. That's that earthy side.
You get like almost, the earthiness. And
This is where we talked about on another beer review, and people were laughing, but it's like if you were having a stout in a deep forest with the wood elves, because it's just
It's true.
because it's so earthy. It makes me think of like dried mosses, you know, or an earthenware or something. I don't know, but I totally get that kind of a characteristic of it. To give you a visual. So there's a few dark-haired elves as well as the blondes in there. But,
Yes, dark-haired elves.
yeah. I don't know. Actually, maybe this is more of a beer rather than the elves. This is more like the dwarves, right?
Yeah.
In the earth. That's it.
Yeah, there you go.
It's just less sexy.
You're gonna just, drink this up in a nice dungeon cave, firelit.
We'd invite the elves, of course. But yeah, it's actually more of a dwarven beer, actually.
There'd probably quite a few axes being thrown in the air.
Yeah,
because they'd want this beer. Like, this is pretty precious.
But they're having a good time, and because after a few of these at 12.5%, they don't have dartboards. They have these axe boards that go, Actually, I kind of like to do that. It'd be fun. We'll do that afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are
We could do
extremely.
That's
I'd be
part
totally
of
down.
lumberjack.
Yeah,
games,
it's
I'm pretty
Oregon.
sure.
We're all about trees and chopping them. But
Toss it in that willow back there.
yeah, why the hell not? So anyway, no, not my
get a
will. We'll
duck
go
on
to the
accident.
other one way across. See that one back there? We'll practice on that one. It needs to have dead branches cleared anyway. Yeah, but just that. I don't know. For me, I just go back to that earthiness. It's just chewed. There's a light char and smokiness to it as well. And I don't recall that this was barrel aged per se, but it sure comes across
It does give
as
a
being
perception of
barrel aged. I'm not getting like a bourbon characteristic or
No.
anything like that, but I am
Almost
getting
get
like
an
a
oaky.
used, still, yeah, very oaky, woody flavors. Kind of funny. I've heard about the Unidragon, the Blaecorn Unidragon for years, and I got it in 2012, and I never drank the dang thing. So we're finally
We
drinking
never got
now.
around to it.
But I'm not disappointed at all. This is drinking really nice. So we'll take a little time with this, and we'll come back with some numbers.
We're gonna rate this baby after sitting here chatting it up, enjoying just how delicious it is. So for the Blaecorn Unidragon from 2012. Remember that, 2012.
All right,
my
yes.
friends. And so this is a Russian Imperial Stout. So on the Russian Imperial Stout level, and it's not barrel aged, I'm gonna give it a 92. I really like it. It kind of has impressions of being a barrel aged. It's really dark. It has some nice earthiness to it. It's not like out of control, having fun, and it's, like some of them have a little sweetness, but they're pretty dark. But I like it.
For me, when I go into style, I can be a little more liberal one way or another because it's on the style. It's not based on my overall. And quite frankly, for a non-barrel aged Russian Imperial Stout, this has flavors like Christian said as being barrel aged. It really does. I'm giving it 94. I think it kicks
There you
ass for an RIS.
Yeah.
What are you thinking overall?
Overall, I mean, I really do love it, and so that's really hard to rate because, we've had quite a few good beers here.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 90. It's right in that excellent range. It's not world class. It's not like super good, but it's excellent, like right on the lower part. But yeah, it's just, you can sit back. We've just been relaxing, enjoying it, and there's just so many flavors that are coming out of it for being so dark and deep.
Well, I have to differ with Christian because it is super good. Depending on what you call super good, I think it's super good. But my overall score was exactly the same. It was a 90. I just think it's super good. But yeah, it's a 90. It's right at the top of that very good, bottom of the excellent. And this is aged. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't have that fresh comparison to go on, but
Yeah, who knows what it was like.
man, the beauty of this thing with this earthiness and smoothness and everything else, I'm just loving the beer. I think it's great. So I've often wondered where this name comes from, and it's kind of a mind bender, isn't it, Christian?
It's a little bit of a
So
mind bender.
like what do we call this Russian Imperial Stout? A black unicorn? Soul dragon? Now let's combine them and create the ultimate mythical creature, Blaecorn Unidragon. Imbued with a monstrous amount of dark malt and aggressive hops, Blaecorn Unidragon is a powerful and complex brew designed to improve with age. And that it
There you
did.
go.
What can we
Improve
say?
with age.
So here it is. It's the Blaecorn Unidragon. This is the 2012 bottle in 2016.
It's very nice.
Man, this is a great beer. I think they still make this off and on. I would say grab a bottle and enjoy it. Why? Because
Life is too short,
to drink cheap beer
and we will see you
in the next beer review.